Nobody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. We got a fantastic show lined up for you today. Big Greg, what's up, brother?
Happy Friday. We're here. An exciting one last night, weather and all, and big weekend of football ahead.
Oh, that weather sucked. I'm not gonna lie. That weather just absolutely, like, in baseball, I can deal with a weather delay. In football, it's killer. It will absolutely smoke out everything. And let me also, we'll talk about the Eagles in a second. There's going to be something that we need to get together with right now. And it's that when you are betting Eagles games, don't. Just don't. They'll just choke out every over imaginable. All of them. They'll kill all of them. Like, take a look here. 1 out of 3. So now they're just running 4 running backs. So we ended 18 rush attempts. Dak Prescott, we ended 21. Jake Elliott, The Eagles are just not a fun team to bet on. Like, let me tell you, and I'm not saying it like we had a tough day. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. But moving forward, I'm betting Jalen Hurts touchdowns. I'm betting Saquon Barkley touchdowns, and I'm not betting anything else in those games on either team. And again, I'm not saying it as a jerk. I'm saying it as it's smart. We've got to stop betting these Eagles games. That's just me. You guys can keep betting them if you want, but I'm out. Done. I'm not doing it anymore. Like, I'm betting on Jalen Hurts touchdowns, Saquon Barkley touchdowns, and that is it. That is absolutely it. All right, so let's jump into it. Again, and I don't say it negative. I'm just saying it. They're that good of a team that they just choke things out, man. It's a brutal watch. All right, we've got a better one tonight. AJ Kill, bro, Wayne. That's what I'm saying. Like, real quick, let me pull this back up. AJ killed it. All of them. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, I'm not saying it negative. I'm saying it as a betting fact. We're gonna have to stop betting Eagles games. Like, we're just gonna have to do it. They are just, they're bet killers, man. They will absolutely smoke out your game. So, yeah, like, as I say, I don't say it as negative. I say it as we need to come up with a plan right now. You know what I mean? Because it's not going to work. Betting Eagles games is not going to work. And, yeah, they're on primetime like half the season. I agree. Now, look, we're not going to stop betting Eagles games. Like, I'm joking about that part. But we do need to figure something out because I'm telling you, we talked about it yesterday. That's why I was such a foul mood yesterday. I truly do not want to watch the Eagles in primetime. I love them. They're a phenomenal football team. I am saying absolutely nothing negative. But their games are atrocious to watch. You know what I mean? Like, they're just brutal. All right, so we got a better one tonight. Now, it's in Brazil. All right, we got the Chiefs -3, Chargers +3. We got an over of 46.5 and an under of 46.5. Greg, I throw it over to you. What are your initial thoughts, man? What do you see out of this game? It being in Brazil as well.
I mean, being in Brazil is going to be interesting. I like points in this game. I feel like we will get an opportunity for it. I mean, weather included. It's going to be hot. It's going to be muggy. It's going to be a place that you get a little more worn down. And I think that obviously both these teams are going to want to put on a little bit of a show. I also have question marks defensively. And I think at the same time, this is, the least we've talked about the Chiefs. I mean, across the board for a very long time. Two sides of it. There's questions, obviously, with what's happened in KC over the last couple of years. But you know what? At the end of the day, Mahomes is a winner. They keep winning. The defense finds ways. But you got to wonder if they can do it again like last year. I mean, so many games with one score, so many coin flip games that they found a way to win. And, good teams do that. But can it continue? I have question marks. I do like the Chiefs tonight. I thought a field goal is as high as I would go, but a lot of question marks with the Chargers, and it's not to say the Chargers are a poor team. Obviously, they're well coached, but I think that this game almost, I wouldn't say helps more, but it hurts the Chiefs less traveling. I feel like this squad has done it enough times. Andy Reid, Mahomes, this squad has been around. They've done that thing. They've been there. I think they'll have less of a transitional period, especially being week 1. I mean, look at the Eagles game. Their best defender gets thrown out before the game even starts. So strange things happen. But I think that this is a game that, gives the Chiefs an advantage in terms of the travel situation. And I think that they're more prepared overall.
I'm with you. We'll talk more about it, but I want to go with the Chargers here. I think points is the right way. But again, polls in the chat. Vote now. We'll update as we always do at the end of the show. Gipper says Prescott under interceptions was a lock. No, it wasn't. Shut up. Just quit with this. No, it was not. Take that lock somewhere else. A lock. Melody said mental intimidation gave the best advantage they had all game. The Cowboys played a lot better than I thought. And Melanie, it's good to see you. Well, let me just say the Slater injury hurt. The best player on defense getting kicked out on the first play of the game didn't help. Idiot. Do you think he just got in his car and left? Like, why would he stay? Gipper, why wasn't it? He's literally had 5 interceptions in 13 career games. The over was minus 150. Anybody took that really did their research? Buddy, I bet I did more research than you. I'm just saying it wasn't a lock. A lock. Keep betting that. Are we possibly going to see a big night from Pacheco as the SD defense may wear down in the second half? You're definitely going to see running the ball. But I don't know, man. This Chargers defense is legit. I'm the idiot that took us over. You're the idiot that came back here, bro. Did you get kicked out for losing all your picks to begin with? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I bet you didn't. I bet you came back. Yeah. They don't have you anywhere else, do they? Yeah, my bad, bro. All right, let's jump into the picks here. I'm tired of dealing with that. All right, Greg, go ahead, jump in here. What do you got?
Big Friday ahead.
I think we lost your screen.
I know. I got to fix my camera real quick. So you don't need to see my ugly, blurry face for a minute. But this weekend, big football return. We'll jump and start in with the NFL. Chiefs, we love, like we said. I think it's going to be a fun one tonight. I think that this game will be entertaining, up and down, and do think Casey gets it done. In terms of NFL this weekend, you can add them on here. We talked about him yesterday. We like the Cardinals at the minus 6.5. We also like the Dolphins around pick'em +1 where you can find it. Like the Dolphins this weekend, I think it's a really advantageous spot. In terms of college basketball, college baseball. Boy, do I miss that season. All I can say. College football this weekend. SMU taking them at -2. The 9 a.m. start tomorrow. I love Texas. It is going to be a rough one for San Jose State coming off the opening loss. And now you get to face an angry, motivated Texas squad at home. So good luck, my friends. The Spartans are going to be in for quite a battle. And then also, like Liberty, I think that's going to be a good one. Liberty going up against Jacksonville State. I think that's going to be an exciting one. And I like Liberty under the touchdown. Finally, we will fade my boys, Stanford. It's going to be another tough one going from Hawaii last week to now BYU. And we're going to take the Cougars just under 3 field goals, 20.5 with BYU. And those are my plays for the weekend.
Nice, man. There we go. All right. I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes, 1+ INT. Hey, it's a lock, right? Patrick Mahomes over 3.5 rush attempts, -120. Lad McConkey over 5.5 receptions, -110. National Cubs over 10.5. Look, we're going to talk about this game. This team's insane with this total. But I want to talk about this here in just a second. And then the Blue Jays and the Yankees over 9, -115 as well. Gipper, where you at, dog? You went shut up real quick. All right, let's jump to the NFL. Chiefs and the Chargers. Chiefs -3, Chargers +3. You take a look at the public here, spread bets. Public 68% on the Chiefs. Total 60% over. Moneyline bets 79% on the Chiefs, minus 175. So, Greg, what do you see out of that? What stands out to you?
I mean, like we talked about, I like the Chiefs tonight. I think that early in the year, I like what they've got. I like the, I like their history, and I also like the travel in the past. I think this team has done it before, like I said, and this is going to be an interesting game. I wouldn't take out too much from either side of this one. I mean, playing in such a obscure spot, especially week one, things change. People travel differently. It's going to be interesting. So. I'm gonna be intrigued with it. Week one in general is going to be a lot of learning. I think there's question marks and what we've seen and haven't seen in the preseason. So I do like the Chiefs. The money line's a little high. I like the spread. I think that under the field goal or right around the field goal seems about appropriate number. Anything above that would be a little too tasty for me.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm feeling the Chiefs with 3.
I'd love it at 2.5.
I don't know if I'd love it at all. Yeah, like I'm with you on 2.5. Your camera okay? You all right? It's just kind of weird just talking to nobody.
There we go.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, sorry, that threw me off. All right.
Perfect.
Let's jump into wide quarterbacks here. Patrick Mahomes, pass attempts 35.5. Justin Herbert 33.5. Completions 23.5. Justin Herbert 21.5. Robert Williams said under for all Eagles receive. Bro, right? Dude, you ain't lying there, man. All right. Anything stand out to you here?
I mean, it feels a little high. Both these teams to me want to establish the run. So it is, fairly high. But look at last night's game too. We were pretty committed how it was going to roll, and as soon as that running game started, there went all of our passing props. So, it happens. It's also a matter of how the field's going to play. Is this thing going to be up and down quick? Is it going to be matching scores, or is it going to be, fighting for first downs? So, 35 and 33. I mean, I guess 36 and 34 essentially is a lot of pass attempts, regardless of the game. So, I lean the under. Definitely lean the under. Kind of feel the same way with completions as well.
Yeah. So this game is on YouTube tonight. So let me just tell you, you're going to be blasted with commercials. You are going to be over. Like this game is going to go to commercial every 7 flipping seconds, which could help stopping the clock. But you're just going to have so much of hurry up and stop. You know what I'm saying? I truly hope that they can. The reason I say it is that every time that we have one of these big like overseas games, it just turns into just I don't know what happens. Like whoever runs the segments, whoever runs like the TV, like they just go Caligula crazy, right? And we just start having breaks out of nowhere. They start doing like quarter commercials. Like it doesn't even feel like real. Right. And then Taylor Swift is going to be at the game, probably, I would assume. So you're going to get a lot of that. But it should be a good game. And I say all that to say this. We should see the clock stop a lot. So that's what you get when you get these international games. It's not like they call it differently. Like I want to be clear of what I'm saying, but you'll just pick up on what I'm talking about. You're going to have a lot of clock stoppages. So I don't hate these pass attempts. If everybody could hit the like button, man, that would be huge, man. If you're watching on your phone, just grab your screen, pull it down, hit like, pop it back up, man. That would be great. I'd really appreciate it. And apologies for that earlier. About getting tired of hearing about that. I'm not going to do with that negativity in the chat. Completions. Mahomes, 23.5. Justin Herbert, 21.5. Look, I've played so many Justin Herbert passing props, and let me just give you an idea. He's going to come close to this number. Now, that's not the greatest take of all time, but I'm just telling you, it's a lot like how do I explain the Chargers offense? It's very accurate. And Herbert, Justin Herbert is brutal to play for interceptions. He doesn't throw a lot of them. How do I put it again? He absolutely has, like, their offense is built on protecting the football. Okay. So their passing game is built on that. So with Herbert, like if you're looking at 21 and a half completions with Herbert, the tough part is that you will get completions, right? But they can go to running the football a lot. Like they can go into Jim Harbaugh mode real quick. Yeah, I don't know if I see anything that I like right there. Receiving yards, I know it's kind of tough to see. Lad McConkey, 72 and a half. Xavier Worthy, 62 and a half. Travis Kelce, 48 and a half. Marquise Brown, 40 and a half. Keenan Allen, 38 and a half. Quentin Johnson, 24 and a half. Juju Smith-Schuster, 20 and a half. Tyler Conklin, 18 and a half. Noah Gray, 18 and a half. Will Dissly, 16 and a half. Yeah, anything that you see here, receiving yards wise?
I mean, you're always going to be juiced with Kelce. So big question marks of it. You know, it's interesting this year with both of these teams. I really don't have that strong of a feel on either of them. And it's not, to say that either of them are going to be terrible. I'm not sure what I'm going to get this year. It's how many years and how many postseasons with KC, and that takes a toll. And obviously there's turnover, but with that, you just wonder what's going to happen long term. And I don't know if we're necessarily going to figure out a ton of it tonight. I think it's going to be an exciting game. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of out of elements that we're getting with a game like this overseas. And then, like you say, it is going to be slowed down. I feel like it is kind of an exhibition at the same time a little bit for the NFL when they have these kind of games. So it's hard to tell. I do expect for there to be a few chances for some long bombs. And with that, it just takes one catch. So looking at, yardage is always interesting. But yeah, I mean, there aren't a ton of guys that stand out to me. Like I liked Goddard yesterday, and he got a lot of touches. It didn't get quite the yardage we wanted. He got over his 40. But tonight it's interesting when I look through this. I always want to look at Kelce, but at the same time, it's like, where is my next value? And this is one of those games I'm not sure who really I want to dive after yet.
Yeah, so I think Matt asked the best question, and we'll stop with NFL. We'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll go through all of that. But I do want to talk about baseball too. Matt says, what is scary about the Chargers? So I think that's I think that's a great question. Because here's the thing about the Chargers. There's nothing that stands out that's like scary, right? Like I know what you mean. I wasn't being facetious about the question. I think it's absolutely a great question. The scary part with the Chargers is that they are almost robotic. Like they literally are coached robotically, right? They're unbelievably fundamental. They had the number one defense in the NFL last year. Their offense is absolutely efficient. They can score points. They can also play tight games. They don't hurt themselves. They kick field goals. It's Jim Harbaugh football. Have you watched Michigan? It's that, but on steroids, right? Because they've got a dynamic quarterback. But the scary part, and again, Matt, I love the question because the scary part is that the Chiefs, I mean, they can also be the same style, but, they need to make plays. Look, we saw it a lot last year. And I don't, again, I mean, the Chiefs are favored for a reason, and especially when you're traveling overseas because feels like they have to do it all the time, right? That's what I would say, like the scary part. You know what I mean? Is that you're looking at it from the Chiefs' perspective of this is just a robotic machine. They just don't stop. You have to earn every yard with them defensively. These are two well-coached football teams, man. Yeah, so I think that's kind of the answer, but yeah. All right, let's jump. We got more football we'll talk tonight, but let's jump into home runs here. All right, where are you going here? Shohei Ohtani, plus 190. Kyle Schwarber, plus 200. Aaron Judge, plus 200. Juan Soto, plus 235. George Springer, plus 350. All right, where are you going, man?
Yeah, I think we'll have to go back to our old favorite. He's been consistent and reliable. Let's go with Kyle Schwarber at 2-1 today.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. I think I'm going to go George Springer at plus 350. Yeah, I'm going to go Springer today. Although Juan Soto's not a bad play either. Yeah, Aaron Judge, man, he's got 6 bombs. We're going to talk about this in just a second. Aaron Judge has the historicals for sure. But I'm going to go George Springer, man. I'm going to go plus 350. All right, let's talk about the weather. All right, let's get off that screen there. There we go. All right, Nationals and the Cubs. I want you to look at this. 66 degrees, feels like 58, 17 miles an hour blowing out. I'm going to say that again. 17 miles an hour blowing out in Chicago. Now, Wrigley Field gets, the bad rap of it when the wind's blowing in. It's tough to hit home runs, and that's true. But when it's blowing out, it works in your favor just like that. So if you wondered why I'm taking the over 10.5, and it's a day game, 2:20 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, I'm going with it. Mets and the Reds. Hey, you got a lot of wind today. Wind is wild today. 79 degrees, feels like 80, 0% rain, 9.5 miles an hour blowing out. Great for right-handed pull hitters here, man. Brewers and the Pirates, 78 degrees, feels like 77, no rain, 10 miles an hour blowing out. Again, man, great wind. We haven't had wind, dude, all week. Dodgers and the Orioles. Dodgers just got swept. 83 degrees, feels like 83 degrees, 0% rain, 6.6 miles an hour blowing out. Blue Jays and the Yankees, 79 degrees, feels like 79 degrees, 0% rain, 7.5 miles an hour blowing out. So the Blue Jays and the Yankees, great spot today. I don't believe in their pitching. Neither of the guys that they're throwing out there. Phillies and the Marlins. Now, this game could get rained out. 81 degrees, feels like 83, 41% rain, 6.5 miles an hour blowing in. But honestly, I don't know if this game finishes. I don't know if this game starts. I would be careful betting this one today. Mariners and the Braves, kind of the same deal, although not as much in regards to the rain. 84 degrees, feels like 87. It's going to be humid as hell in Atlanta. 4.5 miles an hour blowing in. It's really nothing. The rain, I don't know if I'd buy into it. I mean, you're going to get a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be as high as it appears. Giants and the Cardinals, 70 degrees, feels like 68, no rain, 6.5 miles an hour blowing out. Hey, that's right. The Marlins do have a dome. My bad. It's totally my bad. You're right. Is that real or fake rain? In Atlanta, it's fake rain. I'm telling you, because trust me, all right, it doesn't rain in the South. I'm just going to tell you, it doesn't rain here. We don't ever get any rain unless we get a tornado. Other than that, it's a lie. It's not going to rain. It's always going to be 6,000 degrees. So, yeah, I'm just telling you, when they say it's going to rain in Atlanta, no, they're idiots. It's not. It never does. It never, ever does. So there you go. Giants of the Cardinals, 70 degrees, feels like 68. No rain, 6.5 miles an hour blowing out. It also doesn't rain in St. Louis, but it doesn't pretend to either. It's just hot. 80 degrees, feels like 82. No rain, 6.5 miles an hour blowing out. The analytics. All right, let's jump into it here. All right, Aaron Judge, 6 home runs off Kevin Gausman. You're going to see Gausman a lot. Now, do the Yankees do anything with it? We'll see. But Aaron Judge, 6 home runs. Adolis Garcia's got 3 home runs. Giancarlo Stanton, he has 3 home runs. Alex Bregman, he's got 3 off Eduardo Rodriguez. Randall Grichuk got 2 home runs. Ahmed Rosario, he's got 2 home runs. Japan, look, I'm telling you, it's the absolute it never rains here. It just doesn't. It says it will, but you're going to have a tornado with that. Other than that, it's just a lie. It's never going to rain. Jake Berger, he's got 2. Orlando Arcia, he's got 2. Paul DeJong's got 1. Ryan Jeffers, he's got 1. Max Muncy, he has 1. Cody Clemens, he has 1 home run as well. All right, hits. Yeah, again, man, you're going to see Kevin Gossett up here a lot. So if you want to bet on the Yankees today, I mean, I feel it. I'm playing the over here. I think both teams are going to hit. Jake Cronenworth, he's got 8 hits off Kyle Freeland, Alex Bregman, Giancarlo Stanton. Brent Rooker down there, he's hitting 500 off of Soriano. Trent Grisham hitting 556 off Glass, or that's Gunnar Henderson, sorry, off Glass now. Bobby Witt Jr., 263. There you go. There's some names down there. Some A's, Shea Langoliers, Lawrence Butler. All right. Hitting streaks. Brandon Nimmo is your leader in Major League Baseball. 10 straight games with a hit. Ian Happ, 8 straight games with a hit. Gio Urshela, 8 straight games with a hit. Brandon Lowe, 8 straight games with a hit. Jackson Holiday, 7 straight games with a hit. Byron Buxton, 7 straight games with a hit. Mickey Moniak, 7 straight games with a hit. Ryan Mountcastle, 6 straight. Juan Soto, 6 straight. Tyrone Taylor, 5 straight. Luis Matos, 5 straight. All right. If you look at the last 7 days, there you go. Juan Soto, 5 home runs, 6 games, hitting 500. Kyle Manzardo. Yeah, you can see it right there, man. Hit 250. Ian Happ, 458. George Springer hit 381. Rafael Devers, 346. Take a look at the walks. Juan Soto's got 7. Grisham's got 5. Springer's got 5. Jeremiah Jackson, Julio Rodriguez, Ivan Herrera. Listed right there. Okay. All right, let's hit our picks one more time, my man. Hold on. Sorry. Too many slides. Jesus. All right. There we go. What do you got?
Jumping on the NFL, we're taking the Chiefs at the -3 this weekend for NFL. You can add on off of this sheet. We're taking the Dolphins around a pick 'em. We got them at +1. Like them this week a lot with Indy. And we are jumping on the Cardinals -6 or -6.5, depending on where you can get it, where you can find it. In college football this weekend, we've got 4 spots. We're taking SMU -2. Taking Liberty -6, taking Texas with the big number at 36 over San Jose State, and we're taking BYU just under the 3 touchdowns at 20.5 against Stanford.
Nice, man. All right. I am going Patrick Mahomes 1+ interception -110. Patrick Mahomes over 3.5 rush attempts -120. Ladd McConkey over 5.5 receptions -110. Nationals Cubs over 10.5 -115. And then going with the Blue Jays and the Yankees over 9. Now, the Howie Schwab crew play of the day. Where have you gone? All right, your answer is Chiefs -3 at 45%. Second place is the Chargers +3, and then the over 46.5, and then the under 17%, under 46.5 at 13%. So your winner, the Chiefs -3. All right. Any final thoughts? Addison said, get it together, producer. God, I know. We have so many slides every day. Greg, any final thoughts before we get out of here, man?
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. Week 1 is here, and it's exciting, but, don't go crazy. Don't throw all your units into 1 week. Be consistent. We saw it last night with the Eagles game. There's going to be ups and downs. Find your angle, find your spot to attack, but make sure it's fun. Make sure you're enjoying yourself, and to have a great NFL season. Our survivor pick was changed last night. Got a nice hour-long argument with my partner about it, and that's good. That's what makes this fun. Is you can have good sides and yell at each other about why you like the Dolphins or the Jags or whoever it may be at this time of the year. So, we'll see. But Survivor's locked in, so make sure you guys are jumping in for that. And have an enjoyable weekend. Thanks, AB, as always.
Yeah, man. I was yelling on my text to Randall and them last night every time AJ Dillon would come in and just steal carries constantly. I'm just standing there watching Saquon Barkley just jerking around on the sideline like, dude, can we put him in? Can we run him?
We said the Jalen Hurts 2 TDs was an option yesterday.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro, that's all I'm betting. with the Eagles is Jalen Hurts touchdowns and Saquon Barkley. Nobody else on that team gets to have any fun.
I mean, the one thing I will say I think it was 13 games over the last 2 seasons. He's had a rushing TD. Like he's the first rushing TD of the game. So, there's no fear with what he has. And all of our talk about it yesterday, protecting him, that went out the window. He's back to the same guy we're used to. So, it's a tough team to bet on, but good victory.
Well, and I say that I say half of it kidding. Half of it I'm not kidding. Like the Eagles will boa constrictor out your bets, right? But Jalen Hurts is so good, and this Eagles team is so good. Like honestly, they played well. They didn't play terrible. They played great. They made some of the most brain dead decisions. Like I don't know where that team was. Like they were too amped up. Like there was like 3 fights in the first fight. Like they were too amped up. I get being fired up, but dude, let's relax. Like, you know what I mean? Like let's not get kicked out on the first play of the game for spitting on people, which is disgusting.
All Roberto Alomar.
Dude, if you spit on somebody, like if somebody stabs you, I have no sympathy for you. Like, sorry. That's what you get for spitting on people. You know what I mean? Like
tick for tack with that one.
Oh, dude, it's disgusting. You spit in somebody's face. Like, dude, there's no, and literally, like, do you think he just went home? Like, I mean, it's a home game. He drove. Look, you're already going to get yelled at.
Yeah.
Regardless. There's no point of sitting in the locker room by yourself.
During the rain delay, too. Everybody comes back in.
I didn't even think about that. Oh, my God. Dude, you just go home. I'm not even taking my uniform off. I'm just driving home in it.
Just wind sprints in the front yard.
Bro, all I'm doing, I'm walking right to the locker room. I'm taking my cleats off, and I'm putting my slides on, and I'll just leave.
Yep. Thanks, boys. See you next week.
Yeah. Like, what are they going to do? Cut Jalen Carter? I'm pretty sure he's going to be fine.
He's like, I effed up. That's a quick conversation with your coach. Like, you're not going to do that again, right? He's like, no, my fault.
My bad, coach.
Yep.
No, actually, to be honest with you, all right, like leaving, I just say that like funny, right? Like my ass would be in there cleaning, like, you know what I mean? Like trying to like, hey, coach, look, man, my bad. Like, I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, I cleaned your office while you were gone.
Yeah, like, I at least tried to do something. I ran all the boys' jeans through the washing machine, dried them. Like, I tried to help, tried to do something.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Oh, I mean, look, I'm kidding around. Like,
but
he's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But yeah, man, like, the boys were too amped up. Which, again, how do you blame anybody? All right, we'll get out of here, man. Yeah, I'm mad. I'm telling you, like, dude, I would not be able to handle that. I'd be like, oh, man, coach, I'm sorry, man. My bad, bro. Oh, my goodness. All right, we'll get out of here, man. All right, we'll be live tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, breaking down the NFL game. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we will see you soon. Peace. Who's got it better than us?